Welcome back to Flatline. Now, how are you? Yes, I could see that. It must have been. Did you early night?
No.
You did not. Sleep by 8, you know.
Sleep by
Tucked
8.
in a little bit of warm milk,
No, I went
perhaps.
to bed at 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
But I was just in my room alone
You know, that's what you do when you're unmarried, happy,
at 2 a.m.
and young.
I'm drinking my unsponsored twisted tea.
Yeah, as of this time, still unsponsored.
In the flavor of peach.
It is. You love the peach, which is not the worst thing, I might say. I've got just some off. Our content always. We try to be very eclectic with various content because we just review, react, discuss, laugh, argue, perhaps about various topics on this channel.
We do argue quite a bit.
Quite a bit. I don't know if we're going to argue today. This seems pretty benign.
Okay.
I thought this was just a fun, simple video because not everything needs to be complicated.
Of course.
And we don't need to solve the world's problems with every one of our videos. But I have discovered that people who can be just obnoxious, arrogant, egotistical, cheating, lying, scam artists, it is not just indigenous to the human populace.
Of course.
I have discovered, in fact, that it crosses over
Yes.
into other species now.
Okay.
Squirrels.
Squirrels.
They're obnoxious. They get into your attic. They eat away things. They chew up things. They're rabid. They're disgusting. And they're also insurance cheats. I promise you.
I don't think squirrels can afford insurance.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're cheating insurance because they're not even paying for it. You're making my point for me.
Very well.
I've got the video to prove it.
I'm gonna have to see what we're talking about here.
Exactly. So let's get busy.
Fantastic.
Deserves an Oscar as she is a great actor. She created a perfect filmy scene. When she was passing by a cleaning brush, she bumped into it and brush fell to the ground. The owner was watching and said something. The squirrel paused for a moment, turned back, and then in a dramatic move, lay down on the ground. Just like a human, she placed the brush handle on her body as if it had directly fallen on her, just like a scene from a movie. She held this dramatic pose for at least 2 minutes. If her moves amazed you, subscribe for more.
I saw it.
Come on, that's a total ruse. If that squirrel's a pet, that squirrel's a bad pet.
Yeah, of course, obviously. It's comical. It's a little comical animal video that warms the hearts of families and loved ones alike.
See, I didn't take it that way. I might be a negative Nelly, though. I'm not exactly sure. I said, look, that squirrel was trying to ruse her owner. It was a her. So there you go. I don't want to be a misogynist or anything.
Clearly, it's an insurance cheat. Of course, I get it.
Well, the squirrel is a woman, and I don't want to be a misogynist to say, see, there's a woman trying to pull the wool over the eyes of a man. See those little squirrel-like fur.
Wait, you're calling the squirrel a woman?
I didn't call the squirrel a woman. They called the squirrel a woman. She.
Can we go back and listen to that?
You want to go back?
Because I don't think I heard.
Go right to the.
And then in a dramatic move, lay down on the ground. Just like a human, she placed her brush fell to the ground. The owner was watching and said something. The squirrel paused for a moment, turned back, and then in a dramatic move, lay down on the ground. Just like a human, she placed the brush handle on her body as if it had directly fallen on her, just like a scene from a movie.
You didn't hear it.
No, I heard it. You said she.
She. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, but how do you? Just because
I don't know. I don't
just
see
because
squirrel
someone
nuts there.
says squirrel nuts.
Squirrel nuts.
Do you know what squirrel
Oh
nuts
boy,
look like?
did you see how I weaved that joke together?
Do you know what squirrel nuts look like?
I didn't have to go too far for that joke. No, I've never looked up the skirt of a squirrel to see if there were nuts there.
So how do you know what squirrel nuts look like?
I do not.
Secondly, the narrator, who is some guy that was not at the scene of the crime.
Not.
Okay. Just because they say she doesn't mean it's a girl squirrel.
Well, agree to disagree.
Thirdly, it's a squirrel.
It is a squirrel.
It's a squirrel.
Okay.
All right. It doesn't know what insurance is. It doesn't know what a broom is.
Yeah.
I think it's just being silly.
I don't know. It's smart enough to recognize that knocking over that broom must have been something horrific and played on the owner's feelings like, Oh, feel bad for me. This fell on me. So the squirrel was smart enough to know that. And there's some compensation that's coming here. It could be a settlement of nuts. I'm just saying. I don't know. It's pure speculation.
Just like Alan Richson, I think you're Jack reaching for a point. Okay.
Ouch. I tell you, after a comment like that, I'm not going to like, share, and subscribe no matter how much you beg me.
Good. I don't want you to.
Why not? You don't want to help the channel, I guess.
No, I do.
No, you do.
No, I don't.
You don't.
I
Okay.
don't.
Okay.
Not at all.
Just doing this for fun, laughing.
Correct.
Okay. See you on the next one.